Hi, my name is Adam and I work for HP. Today we're going to show you the unboxing and setup of the HP LaserJet Pro P1102W printer. So here is your HP LaserJet P1102W wireless printer. The first thing you want to do is open up the box. So you can just pry open the box or carefully cut the tape. Just open up all the flaps. Okay, so the first things you will see are some papers and manuals for your printer. This first is just a registration sheet for our Spanish-speaking customers. The next pamphlet and paper is about e-printing and direct printing on your printer. The next item in here is the installation CD for your printer, which works in Windows as well as Mac. And this attached sheet is about the Smart Install feature that's built into your printer in case you don't want to use the CD to install it. The next item in here is your printer's getting started guide. This includes your basic hardware setup information as well as your software installation methods. And this next piece of paper is just a support sheet. Okay, so this is your power cord for your printer. It's the only one. There's no power module with this one. And the next item is your USB cable for your printer. Now this printer does feature wireless capabilities, but you will still need to use the USB cable to do the initial setup. And once the wireless setup is complete, you'll be able to remove the USB cable from your printer and your computer. So let's go ahead and remove the extra cardboard or packaging from the top here. And then let's remove the printer from the box. So I find it easiest if you just set the box on its side and then slowly tilt the box so that the printer and the styrofoam can slide out. Gently, of course, making sure you don't drop the printer. Alright, once the box is removed, you can put it aside. And now we can remove the styrofoam from around the printer. It's easy if you just take one side off at a time, just kind of work it off. And then move on to the other side and lift the printer up. With styrofoam off, now we can remove all the plastic and tape and other packaging from the printer. Just pop off this tape and open up the plastic. And then once the plastic is opened up, you can either work out the printer, either pull it or slide it out from the plastic. And all this plastic you can just throw away. Alright, at this point we can remove all the plastic and tape and any of the labels. Start with this little red piece here. And as you're pulling the plastic and sheeting off, it might get trapped or underneath things. We'll eventually open everything up. Just work whatever plastic you can. This sheet here is going to show you how to install the cartridge, the toner cartridge, properly. We'll come back to that as a formal guide later. At this point, we're going to keep removing the plastic from the printer. So start with the sides and back. Make sure there's none underneath. Like I said, sometimes it gets stuck under other parts. We'll have to lift that up later. So at this point, we'll go ahead and open this up and remove whatever's inside and whatever leftover plastic we have. This piece of styrofoam is the first to come out. Once you get it out, we can remove the piece of paper and plastic that is in front of the cartridge. The cartridge that's in here is going to be the one that you're going to use for your printer initialization and for your normal printing. You can just grab the handle and pull it straight up and out, and then the piece of paper and plastic that's behind it just slides right out, and you can discard this or put it aside for now. It does have installation information for setting up your cartridge into your printer. Go ahead and close this right here, and then we're going to go ahead and take the rest of the plastic off the front. Take the energy sticker off, and then open up the front here. Just remove the last bit of the sheeting. There's going to be a little piece of tape that's holding the paper length guide. Go ahead and pull that out, and then you can extend your paper length guide. And that should be all the plastic and packing materials for your printer. So let's continue setting up your printer by preparing the cartridge for installation. The first thing to do is going to be remove this orange tab that's protecting the contacts on the cartridge. It's removed fairly easily, just grab the tab and pull it straight off. At this point we want to evenly distribute the toner inside the drum, inside the cartridge, so we're going to rotate it, shake it, and rotate it about 6 to 8 times. And now we're going to remove the ribbon tape from the inside, so just grab the tab, make sure you got a good hold onto it, as it can be a little difficult, and just start pulling. It's a long tape, so it'll take a good amount of distance. When it finally pulls out, your cartridge is ready for installation. We're going to go ahead and open up the top cover of the printer again using the little tab here, making sure you're holding the handle on the cartridge. Bring it over to your printer. Now on the side of the cartridge there's going to be little tabs that are sticking out that are attached to the cartridge itself that have to slide into the mating slots that are on the printer. If they're not lined up, it won't go in, or if it's inserted wrong, it won't actually engage properly. Just make sure you push it all the way in and then snap it into place, and you'll feel it'll go as far down as it will. Then you can close the top, and the cartridge installation is complete. So now that your hardware is all set up and the cartridge is installed, we can go ahead and power up your printer. So grab the power cord, and we're going to have to remove the little twisty tie that's on here. We can get it completely off. And just open up the cord. And we're going to move to the back of the printer where the plug plugs into. Make sure it's facing the right direction. Go ahead and push it in. You got to use a little bit of pressure to get it all the way in. And then just take the other end of the plug and plug it into a power strip. We recommend actually plugging directly into a wall, but in this video we're going to go ahead and use a power strip. Move back to the front here. And these are the paper width guides. You want to open them up all the way to allow loading of paper, and then the paper length guide as well. So now we can go ahead and load plain white paper into your printer. Just tap it on its edges to make sure it's perfectly lined, and then go ahead and slide it in until it stops. And then adjust your paper width guide, making sure not to bend the paper, and then your paper length guide until it's nice and secure. Alright, once all the paper is loaded, we can now power on the printer. I'll turn it here. Just push the power button, making sure the green light comes on, as you can see, and the printer will initialize. So now that your hardware is all set up, you're ready to install it onto your computer. And this is your HP LaserJet P1102W wireless printer.